I want to thank my patron supporters who are helping me to make more videos more often. If you'd like to become a patron supporter, please go to patreon.com/TJR, the original. Thank you for watching this video. Hey everybody, this is TJR. You know, it wasn't that long ago that Disney announced that they would be releasing their live-action remake of the animated feature Mulan to their Disney Plus streaming service. Now, this was in response to the closure of theaters around the world due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, when they did this, of course, you had to be a Disney Plus subscriber, but you also had to pay an additional fee to unlock the screening. And I remember thinking to myself at the time, well, I have no interest in this film, but if I was going to take my family to go see it, I'm spending way less on this fee to unlock the screening on the streaming service than I would be taking them to the theater. And at the time I said, if this does well, if it does, then we would see them follow suit with the other film that they had been sitting on for a while now that was originally supposed to have been released in theaters earlier this year, and that was Black Widow. And I also speculated that other studios like Warner Brothers, who has HBO Max, would probably start doing the same thing. Well, the release of Mulan with an extra price tag did not do well. Of course, it didn't help that this film was not well received by either audiences or critics. But at the end of the day, it didn't really do what they thought it might do. Following that, Warner Brothers announced that they would be releasing a film they've been sitting on for a while, Wonder Woman 84, to their HBO Max service on Christmas Day without any extra fee. If you were an HBO Max subscriber, you get to see it. Disney also around the same time announced that they would be releasing their latest animated film, Soul, to the Disney Plus streaming service, this time without any extra fee to unlock the screening. You just simply had to be a Disney Plus subscriber. So today, Warner Brothers made the announcement that their entire 2021 movie releases will be released on HBO Max the same day that they release in theaters. I want to read now from the Hollywood Reporter's coverage on this story here. In an unprecedented announcement, the studio will send 17 films, including The Matrix 4, The Suicide Squad, and Dune, to its streaming service for 31 days, the same day they hit theaters. Is anyone as surprised as I am that there's going to be a Matrix 4? I'm not making a joke here. I'm really surprised by this. I had no clue they were doing this. Let me continue reading here. Warner Brothers is plotting a sweeping response to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, which has shuttered movie theaters around the country. After announcing that Wonder Woman 1984 will go to HBO Max as well as theaters December 25th, the studio has laid out a similar path for its 2021 slate amid uncertainty about when moviegoing will be back to normal. The studio announced Thursday day and date releases for its 17-film slate, which will hit HBO Max for a 1-month window that starts the same day they will be available in U.S. theaters. The studio's 2021 slate includes projects such as The Suicide Squad, The Matrix 4, Dune, Godzilla vs. Kong, and Space Jam: A New Legacy. The article goes on to state, the unprecedented move is likely to catch theater owners off guard and upsets a model that has been in place for decades. Warner Brothers stresses that these are pandemic-only rules, but once something is broken, can you really put it back together again? This also raises serious concerns about the landscape of moviegoing in 2021. I'm going to go back to the Hollywood Reporter here. Despite the word of coming vaccines, the company decided to put the entire 2021 slate on HBO Max after consulting with epidemiologists. Emmerich said the move was to guarantee as many movies as we could for the year for the global theatrical marketplace. Sources say these discussions were kept close to the vest and not shared with many exhibitors. Warner Brothers will likely have to agree to far more generous terms with theater owners to avoid them boycotting their films. Insiders say the Wonder Woman 1984 split of ticket sales is far better for exhibitors than normal. Sources also say the studio did not inform partners such as Legendary, which has Dune and Godzilla vs. Kong. In a statement announcing the news, Ann Sarnoff, CEO Warner Media Studios Networks Group, cited, "Unprecedented times call for creative solutions. No one wants films back on the big screen more than we do," said Sarnoff. "We know new content is the lifeblood of theatrical exhibition, but we have to balance this with the reality that most theaters in the U.S. will likely operate at reduced capacity throughout 2021. With this unique one-year plan, we can support our partners in exhibition with a steady pipeline of world-class films, while also giving moviegoers who may not have access to theaters or who aren't quite ready to go back to the movies the chance to see our amazing 2021 films." So, without a doubt, this is big news. And of course, the internet is shouting that it's the end of movie theaters, just like they did when Disney made the Mulan announcement. Now, I have HBO Max, and personally, I definitely would love to see this same-day release to streaming model continue even after COVID-19. However, I don't think that's likely to happen. The press release states that this checkerboard release plan is during COVID-19 only. And this indicates to me that studios like Warner Brothers eventually are looking forward to having things return back to the standard tier release schedule of releasing the movie to the theater first, then release to streaming, and of course, Blu-ray and DVD releases. Now, you might say that once you let the genie out of the bottle, you can't go back. And you may be right. But I think that the quote from Sarnoff that no one wants to see movies return back to the big screen as much as we do, I think it's a very telling comment. I think that movie studios like Warner Brothers have a vested interest in keeping theater chains alive, especially with their big blockbuster films like Dune and Suicide Squad. Studios make far more money if they release to movie theaters first. But I think what is happening now is that someone crunched the numbers, and their best research tells them that even with 2 possibly reliable vaccines looming on the horizon, that things probably won't start getting back to normal for theater chains till at least late quarter 2021. And I think their number crunchers told them that their best bet is to cut their losses and use these films as loss leaders for HBO Max. Because I definitely think this announcement will drive HBO Max subscriptions. Also, I think it will keep subscribers who might have been planning to cancel after they finish whatever series or group of movies that they signed up for and they're done with it. And I definitely think that by using their 2021 release schedule as a loss leader, it will help to push them over the top as far as their subscription base. But I also really do feel that they want to get back to the old way of doing business as soon as possible. And once the COVID-19 pandemic is behind us, I feel they will do whatever they think is necessary to help get theaters back into the number 1 spot of the movie distribution food chain, because I think it serves their financial interests best. Now, as far as being able to get the genie back in the bottle, it may not be as hard as some might think. I think that in general, people really like the movie theater experience way too much. I think that the movie theater experience is just too ingrained into the worldwide culture and also into the worldwide dating experience culture as well. There's so much more to going to a movie theater than just seeing the movie. There's who you're going with. Is it a date? Is it a good friend? Is it a group of friends? There's hanging out before the movie. And then there's hanging out after the movie when you talk about it. And I think too many people enjoy that experience too much to allow it to just go away. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Let me know yours. Please leave a comment. As always, if you like what I'm doing, be sure to click a like, click subscribe, and smash the bell notification icon so you can know when I release new videos. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all stay safe and healthy. Take care.